afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of the Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to exciting 1 versus 1. On a whole lot found in between. In these, we got Obscura fighting for the Commonwealth here for the 7th Armored Division versus in the West, Blackace fighting for the Wehrmacht für Deutschland. With Ostrom Doctrine already chosen up here, he's fighting for the 288th Infanterie Division, holding the line for Deutschland until armored reinforcements can arrive. And we got here Vanguard Commando and Special Weapons Regiment. A bit of overlap there with Crocodiles, amongst other things. But certainly also a bit more elite troops in the form of commandos and their officers. In that sense, Blackace is rather in the other end of the spectrum with Ostrupen, though he does have officers of his own, which don't require full glider to arrive. Third Ostrom squad, there's obviously Blackace is initially hoping to grab a lot of territory. Meanwhile, Obscura is actually rushing ahead here, sort of trying to take up some vital position, though at the same time, it is rather at the cost of his own territory being grabbed here, so sort of, I guess, a disruptive start from the bridge, which is really, I'm not entirely sure how you pull that one off, and certainly is rather risky, versus, opening that can sort of grab a lot of territory, which is sort of one that can actually end up backfiring either side depending on they play it. But so far, he's just got them there, which then only makes it really more strange. He's hoping for some sort of go in there and then sort of draw them in for longer engagement. So far, it's not actually paying off for Obscura quite a bit there. I mean, he's got 3 points. His opponent's already got, well, close to twice of that, really, including a fuel point and a victory point. That's not exactly the best start there, if you will. Noting, of course, also in the infantry company, so Blackace is preparing Panzerfaust, but I imagine also snipers, mortars, and I suppose some regular infantry could be mixed in. Pushed away there, but quickly moves on to the next victory point. Now going in for a drain, and there you go, flanking past all of this. Caught here by the Vickers, so going for the cut-off point as well. Keeping their pressure again, further sort of playing to this, sort of just seizing as much territory from the beginning, though in this case, section moving in there might not be able to stop them from rendering neutral, but at least from taking it completely. But still, Obscura is struggling here. This is not exactly his best opening. I'm guessing the Pioneers are waiting for munitions to get a Flammen Werfer and then burn up the Tommies there, getting a northern victory point, meaning he's going to have a free VP advantage that way and can quickly bleed out Obscura then, if Obscura is not careful. And overall, we're seeing Obscura is having a, well, rather rough start. Again, we got the section, he's keeping away from the munitions point, but that's all he's doing. And essentially, Blackace is just playing around it easily, which is also what you'd, rather do. I mean, he's not exactly sort of trying to press him further. All he's doing is just basically showing he can't completely unguard, otherwise we just rush past it. But that's it, really. Bunker up, sniper out, could be used to clear up the section there. Flammen Werfer on the way, that should definitely do the trick, and actually he probably should have pushed out as soon as they sort of saw some troops running out there. I mean, he's basically just waiting for some counter to come up. They could have been flamethrower snipers, could be mortars. Either way, there you go. He's using the Ostrom in this case to draw fire, allowing the Pioneer to move up here. Good tactical move down, that's definitely going to flush out the section there. And we go, pushed out into the open. Might go for the victory point, hopefully to draw them into another engagement. But already here again, it's only now almost 4 minutes in the match, he's actually getting a fuel point. Conversely, or whatever you call it, Blackace there, slightly forgot my English, either way, Blackace is having the advantage somewhat more better for a longer period there, and overall has more fuel than Obscura. So right here, Obscura is off to a bit of a rickety start, though he has taken up there, so of course that's one thing he has over Blackace for now. So of course the question is how long that's going to last. Got Sappers there on the way, so he's actually building up nice more infantry now with the Vickers there versus Blackace, but that's about it really. Resource wise again, he's still, well, fumbling behind here Blackace and the 28th Infantry Division. Pioneers moving about, Vickers standing about, southern point being grabbed, Sniper Ostrom moving southwards. So come on, Blackace, tag up, don't hang about for too long, you got the fuel advantage, utilize it. I mean, in that sense, Blackace, there we go, I feel is sort of slightly fumbling himself. Rather than trying to take up as soon as possible. It actually took him a bit of a while, when he probably could have done so sometime sooner. And had I liked to make a nice company, perhaps already up by now, and thus beginning gaining out, say, scout cars, half tanks, or Panzer, and this sort of really challenge Obscura further with. Still, he's got most of the map there. We've got, push back now from Obscura. after that slightly rapid start, he's sort of pushing further back, more aggressively, more concertedly versus Blackace. Of course, have to see how that further develops. Also, here there's a section, both like cover, but the section though is not quite fully covered there by the cover. The wheelbarrow is perhaps not the most solid fortification in the history of fortifications. Sniper on the way for Obscura, probably to deal with the German sniper. The German sniper is actually not being utilised very much. So in that sense, Blackace is rather wasting the manpower there, and also making more room here for the sniper base sort of really do a lot of damage to Blackace. Unless that thing is killed before the British sniper kills it, the better for Obscura. And of course the worse for Blackace, because that just means it's increasingly more of a waste, and just a huge gain then for Obscura compared to sort of killed a lot. And it'll still be good, but at the same time it's going to be at a rather higher cost. More pioneers here, probably going to set up like to make a nice company. Snipers moving in, snipers need to shoot. Scheiße. They saw me, I'm out in the open and they saw me, what is this? This is terrible. Sections moving back and forth here, perhaps not quite sure what to do with this. You've got the pioneers moving up to have to defend the fuel point down to half size. There we go. Now he should have just run forwards. He shouldn't just try to engage from range of the flame. He just ran up. In short, they couldn't grab the point or render it neutral, and then just pushed them away from that. Bit of a curious decision there by Blackace. We've got the section moving for the south sniper opening up. There we've got the pioneers. We've got lots of Ostrom here. The section that are pulling off a rather risky assault here, and he might risk actually being out there. Go for two of the pioneers here. I mean, ultimately, he might have killed one section, or one pioneer, but he's suffered notably more there in the process in his attempt to sort of catch Blackace in a rather bad position. Going for the southern munitions here. Fuel point needs to be taken here. Also, sent in. Like to make a nice company. And we've got here doctrine chosen by Obscura. This Vanguard, which opens up here for raid operation. Could be utilized to quickly grab some territory, which is always a good thing. And a very good ability, though it's a bit mixed if they actually utilize it, but generally it is a very good ability. It's probably one of the very best of sort of these types of abilities. I mean, the Germans have some, but they either just grab sort of territory faster or render it neutral faster. They don't do both at the same time. This one does, and cheaper in essence. In some sense, not fully cheaper, but you know, if you sort of were to combine the two German abilities together, they probably end up costing more. So that is well, you know, rather unique. I mean, the other close thing you have is got the breakthrough ability, which requires fuel, and only allows vehicles to capture faster. This one allows both infantry and vehicles. It's again a very potent ability, but also sorely overlooked by a lot of British players. Right here we're seeing sort of utilize the 2-2 to sort of hit the British section 1-1, and that's the 2-2 does have an advantage, and the single infantry section is very much defenseless to the 2-2. Right here Blackace is certainly pulling out a right cart. We also got more pioneers with flamethrowers out, otherwise throwing up Panzer Grenadiers. Another scout crowd could work, but he's also close to be able to call in a Flammpanzerwagen. That could also be pretty potent. Meanwhile, we got weapon racks on the way for Obscura, Piets, Bren guns, all good choices there. Versus Blackace, and there go 2-2 flanks in there with the 2-2 off. Can't find cannon, but you know, just the same gun it had. In fact, a lot of sort of German reconnaissance vehicles actually shared that same gun in some cases. They even shared the same turret design. For example, the Panzer 38T Aufklärungspanzer had the same sort of turret as well. And the 251 half-track, which were converted into it, also had the 250 half-tracks converted into armoured cars, also had it. There goes section versus the pioneers. This is pretty much just easy peasy for the pioneers. Look at this! Yeah, we burned them all! Haha! For some reason, I don't feel I should be happy about this. But there you go, Panzer Grenadiers. So Blackace obviously intending to utilize some more offensive infantry alongside the pioneers here. The mächtige Panzer Grenadier with their Sturmgewehrs. Send in from a nearby Panzer Division to fight some more support there. There you go, again moving in. Again, I'm not entirely sure what Obscura is expecting to do with this. Does it smell like bacon? Why do you want to know, sir? It is important to the British peoples. Really? No, just my own morbid curiosity, but shut up and do it. Either way, we got an off zone on the way there. We got the sappers with Piats, and we got the section with Bren guns. Oh, 2-2 getting too close here. He's hoping to push them around. Of course, I'm sure they can't shoot the Piat, but it's a bit risky there. Basically takes one wrong click there, and well, 2-2-2. It's a 0. Panzergers though moving in. There we go. Perhaps that was actually waiting for, sort of buying time for the Panzergers to arrive, since that'd be the only unit there besides the 222 who don't need cover to be fully combat effective. Well, the sappers don't, but initially they're not quite that good, particularly they're being constantly pushed around here by a bloody scout car. Rather risky move there by Blackace, but in this case it did pay off. Of course, now things are being slightly more challenging here with the air landing officer out there, fully equipped with their silenced stun guns with the subsonic ammunition, which I believe was actually utilised in this period, probably by the British. I believe they had a pistol that was sort of silenced that actually utilised well the well rod. Schützen. Section moving up, engaging, bit of shooting back. Sniper ultra support here. Go for Jürgen, dead. And up north we got the officer there making way there. And we got the Pioneers out, a third Pioneer squad. This time for minesweepers. Obviously it's starting to worry here that Obscura is mining up the map. Though so far I don't think Obscura's actually laid down a single mine at all. But still, that is the choice of the prudent player. He never takes those kinds of chances. I mean, the wrong mine in the wrong place can do a lot of harm to your plans, and of course be a huge benefit to your opponent. We got Tech up here as well. Good. He's actually taking advantage of the sort of the initial fuel advantage to take a hit. Obscura so far not quite as much. He should probably continue using some of the fuel he has. Otherwise he might soon be crushed by the panzers. There you go, pushing to the centre. No MB-42 acted to hold it. He might want to consider out some MB-42 to sort of help control some of the more vital points here, to make it a bit harder here for now, where Obscura sort of brought up more heavily equipped infantry. A single panzer gun is going to struggle a bit to keep it all under control, in particular with the sniper sort of supporting time and time as well here. The MB-42 would give Blackace more time to react. And there you go, getting into the building. Also needing minesweepers on them. 222 there needs to get away, but still getting good hits in the section, just cutting apart there with the autocannon. A few hits there from the Piets. Panzer gun moving from the west, piling these for the Flammenwerfer also. And we got a Vickers covering here, opening up there on the Ostrup. Need to get away down to wiped.
We have casualties.
Never mind. But he's almost got the fuel there for the Panzer IV. He could also try and rush out an Austrian, but a Panzer IV, I suppose, would also give him a bit more sort of future proofing concerning old timings. Panzer going to be moving in to Deutschland, but there you go, sniper fire again. 222 can't immediately rush in, needs repairs. And there you go, he's got the fuel, now he just needs to go for it, get the Panzer IV out.
We are suffering losses.
And further losses suffered. Another Ostrom squad, but get in that Panzer IV, Blackace, get it in there. There you go, Panzerkampfwagen, and only now Obscura's actually taking up, so that means the Panzer IV should be able to do some damage, versus Obscura's only got Piets at the moment to halt it. Beyond that, he's got absolutely nothing. Pioneers in trouble, got the officer, we got the section moving up there. A lot of nasty damage, Pioneers being cut down.
Your forces have constructed a company command post.
Also, we got more commandos here in the field now, so Obscura's really sort of upping the ante, and that's probably one of the things that sort of wiped out the entire Ostrom squad. Bursting out from the foliage, and in one mean volley just cutting down those hunting bastards. Attempting with the light cannon bomb to knock out the 222, bold, but in this case not quite working out. Panzer IV almost done for Deutschland.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Obscura though is quickly responding here with a Cromwell tank. But still the Panzer IV should have some time to do some damage there versus the Tommies, to show them some might. That's an evil Werke, which is where the Panzer IVs were made. Telemines here, obviously up Blackace down to get away about vehicles, armour. Getting down mines is only a good idea in that sense. Fighting for the south, officer there. And there you go, Panzer IV rolling in, Phantom machine gun on the way. More infantry that I think is going to be necessary. Can't rely just on the Pioneers. He's also lost his sniper. I mean, really, Blackace forces are rather scattered thinly here. I mean, he had a sort of initial advantage, but Obscura sort of been able to push back and sort of punish quite hard here and there. So right now, Blackace is in some sense in a rather weak position. I mean, he's got Panzers, he's got his Panzers, but soon the arm advantage won't be quite as great, and he's not really got a lot of forces to support it. And that's actually going to be a problem, so he's going to need some more Panzer guns. In fact, upgrading his Panzer gun with Panzerschrecks. I mean, it's going to help as the Cromwell, I mean, any armour that's coming in there, but versus the infantry, it's going to leave him further undergunned. There we go, the more Panther grenadiers, that is what's important. But he really should consider an MG42 or 2 to sort of help deal with the infantry a bit. Help control some areas a bit further. What the very least considers some more S-mines. We've got a lot of telemines up in the north. He's worried about any armour sort of pushes there. Infantry apparently is not so much of a threat. There we go. Cromwell under fire. Panther going to do there with a kiss and Panther Buxa. They actually managed to hit unlike the Panther 4. Cromwell though gets a hit in return. Troop supporting. Sniper there, Veteran 2. Good work. 16 kills. Push into the centre there. Commandos with a section there full of Bren guns support. Another telemine there, by the way. He's certainly taking no chance whatsoever there within the armour. Commandos, there we go. Halted by the Pioneers and the 2-2's stalwart defence. Ostrom here, drawing fire. Panther 4 pulling back. Interestingly enough, might be planning to push through the centre, perhaps even flank behind the Cromwell, knock it out. Back to work. In particular words, just sort of supportive with a Stuka. You could actually get quickly an arm advantage. Oh, Obscura. Quickly knock out the Cromwell using the Panther for the Stu, and perhaps after he'll deal with the infantry more at his own leisure. We'll of course have to see what Blackace does, but at least he's also brought up more Panzer grenadiers. I do still think he needs some support weaponry now.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
By the way, we also need here that Obscura is very much behind the victory point race, and that since Blackace has got a huge advantage there. Huge. Sections, Cromwell, sniper supporting here, straight into the thick of it. No critical shot there. Still managed a bit of damage somehow.
The AT gun you ordered is ready.
Panther 4 pulls back, and we got a 6-pounder gun heading out for Obscura to provide support for his Cromwell. Not bad, not bad. Cromwell is down to half health. Panther 4 could perhaps try and sort of hunt it down, but he's not. And again, he doesn't take any Stutes as support, which could have made him more sure a bet. He might of course be waiting for another Panther 4. Which of course would also certainly help more versus the infantry, but Stu got upgraded with the machine gun isn't half bad either. I would certainly give him a rather strong hand, I think, versus any armour then Obscura could fall out, even once he's lost one Cromwell then, particularly lost the Cromwell there. He'd be very much on a harder time to pull out with any armour. We'll of course have to see what actually happens. Machine gun still would be good, or perhaps some S-mines to help deal with the infantry. And it's always good to keep the armour in mind, but you should never underestimate the infantry either.
A capture point is being overrun.
Sniper fire versus the Pioneers, not entirely sure what he's hoping to achieve with that. There you go, Cromwell acting moves taking it from the Panther 4, 6-pounder gun range support. Ooh, he's going to fire straight through the hedgerows. In this case doesn't quite succeed, but he's determined. And the hedgerows there too thick to be shot through. Then again, he could just keep shooting until he's basically shot his way through, in which case he just hit the Panther 4. There we go. Looks like he sort of managed. There we go. And Mother will be pleased as the Cromwell crew hits Veteran 1.
Ready for orders? Hey, we took your point, you Jerry fucks.
Hey, we took your point, you Jerry fucks. That lovely voice acting. There we go, he is going for a second Panther 4. Utilised properly, he could actually do a lot of damage to Obscura with it. Though of course we'll have to see how he actually utilises it. One thing is actually having a nice amount of tanks, another thing is actually utilising said amount of tanks nicely. There you go, 2-2 strikes against the Commandos, also moving up behind them. There we go, sent running. Irish bastards. 2-2 rolling ahead. And it's time here for the mid-game analysis. Current situation in terms of damage. He is ahead here. Blackace kills-wise, though, he is definitely far behind again, having largely used Ostrom. Certainly the kills are expected to be much higher, but still, you know. In fact, he's at 2 times as many kills. That's perhaps not quite fully good either, in particular since he's have a sniper again. He never quite really got off the ground with the sniper. He was very sort of overly cautious and sort of slow in using, I think, overall minimising the effectiveness of it. And overall, he's not really utilising any of the many support weapons the Wehrmacht does have, which I think is also undercutting a bit here Blackace's efforts. In terms of army value, I mean, they're close to each other, but we can sort of see all the time the Obscura just has a slight advantage for most of the game. Points held. I mean, on the other hand, Blackace has really been holding a map in that sense. But and in that sense, again, suffering more losses does come with that sort of thing, but at the same time he hasn't quite been able to play off that advantage otherwise as much as you'd otherwise think. We'll of course have to see what happens. It's going to really come down to sort of utilising those two Panzer IVs properly. A well supported assault there, infantry attacking from the front, then the Panzer IV swooping in behind, quickly dealing for example with the Cromwell and dealing with any anti-tank guns, and sort of clearing out the rest while the infantry further push on from the front, and he might just be able to do it. He might in which case considering a field officer to provide support, in particular maybe some smoke screens so support the panzers. I think that could work out quite well there. Either from the north or from the south, either attack there could work well as long as he keeps up some pressure here using some infantry from the front. Otherwise, quickly supporting the Panzer Force with the Stug might also be an idea for preparing for armour in the future, and certainly some better and stronger options there. Otherwise, more infantry and some support weapons, mortars, machine guns, maybe a Pack 40 would be, I think, a rather good choice there for Blackace. For Obscura, well, more Bren guns would be good for his units if he can fit more on the sections. Otherwise, get more sections. He's got 2 6-pounder guns, good. He could consider maybe a mortar emplacement to sort of support further. That would be good. Considering what he might be planning, he could go for the Crocodile, but he's only got a Cromwell. That might be pushing a bit much there. One option would be to sort of either throw in another Cromwell or a Centaur to sort of help deal with infantry. Or he could try and go for Hammer, get a Comet tank out. That would also, I think, be a pretty good choice. That's only give him an upper hand versus the Panzer Force, would also further allow him sort of punish the infantry. Plus larger cannon bombs and emergency war speed, and we've certainly seen HQ will make very good use of that. So that wouldn't exactly be a bad idea for Obscura to go down that route. There's more pressure on the flanks, I think, would be good for him, and try to perhaps not quite push it through the centre. Though at the same time, Blackace isn't really defending the centre much. Again, that's due to a lack of support weapons, which makes it a lot harder for him to sort of hold it without bleeding out an awful lot. Although he could consider bunkers instead, machine gun bunkers, command bunkers. He's got plenty of munitions, so a few bunkers in the right places could do a lot for him. Machine gun bunker here, command bunker around here to support the centre, for example. Machine gun bunker down here. That would actually, I think, be sort of also a good option there for Blackace to consider. So let us return to the fight and see what happens. Push up the centre, officers section, 6-pounder gun, bit of a kill zone there. Second Panzer almost done, to 2 right into the kill zone there. Cromwell moving in. Second Panzer IV arriving. Looks like he's preparing for something down south. There certainly is a build up there in the centre. We got the officer sappers section moving in, Ostrom occupying the building. Panzer IV arriving. Second force down here also doing something. Well, the north seems to have been slightly forgotten by both. There you go, Panzer IV moving in. Other one moving in here. Going to hit from the south. Although I do think he'd be better off actually trying to flank in there with more forces as well, but instead... Blackace, was that necessary? He missed out an opportunity. All of his attention there was focused on the front. A good hit here with the infantry support, including the Panzer, because it could do a lot of damage, cause some chaos, hit some of the more vulnerable units. Perhaps then again, there's a second 6-pounder gun, which is obviously might not quite fair as well, but it might have forced him to sort of desist from the assault. For instead, he moved in both Panzer IVs, pretty much ensuring also that Obscura now knows where both Panzer IVs are, and ensuring he doesn't have to worry about the flanks either. That was definitely a tactical blunder right there by Blackace. Plus, of course, he just drove in front of the 6-pounder gun and the Cromwell, taking unnecessary damage to his Panzer IV. And now, of course, Obscura is taking advantage of the mistake here to further fortify the centre, laying down sandbags and preparing for another assault there. And also going for the cut-off front, which is now weakly defended. Well played there by Obscura, but again, blunder by Blackace. Hunt's going to do striking there with their assault rifles, snipers, Cromwell 6-pounder gun, they're ready, push it forward for King and country, and straight into the mine there, but can he actually take advantage of it? He's got the option here, but will he actually, or will he allow the Cromwell tank there to get away under his nose? In fact, that looks like very much what will be happening. He's actually getting a Pack 40 now, good. At least he's getting some kind of support weapons. Meanwhile, the Panzers are taking some losses there from the British. Force push for the south to grab the territory there. Good work. Overall now, Blackace is very much contained the map. And so far also, Blackace seems to a certain extent actually playing into this containment, which is not particularly good. All he really requires is just a good flank into the sides, then he could do a lot of damage in particular, since Obscura is not repairing his tank, though. He does have vehicle crew repairs, so could at least ensure he doesn't have to send back sappers to do so. But looks like we got our first section there. Called in to do the dirty work of repairing the bloody tank. Both Panzers, Blackace, use both Panzers together. Strike with a fist, not in open hand, as Guderian would say. One option now again is to go for a Stug or an Osprint. I mean, the Osprint sort of help more versus the anti-tank guns, the infantry. Either way, though, Stug that would help more versus the armor and allow the armor sort of focus, Panzer Force to focus more on the infantry. I mean, either way, though, I think you should get a third piece of armor there, either Stug or an Osprint to support the Panzer Force, then make an assault again through the flanks, hit him sort of ways, not quite prepared for it. Use the building here to also make it harder for the anti-tank guns to focus. I'm using, in which case, again, the northern push would be really good, since the anti-tank guns and the church would actually make it hard for him to respond to anything here, allow him to clear out the church, and allow the Panzer Force to sort of get close to the anti-tank guns without them being able to respond either, without making much fire in return. Medic on the way then, that's actually interesting, rarely seen that. Takes it under fire. Need to get away, Panzer Force not moving, that's good. More accurate when not moving, oh, never mind. Sappers moving in from the centre. Blackace is not getting more armor. He could in fact even get a third Panzer IV, which would also be quite helpful. More commandos. Apparently other section was actually lost. Missed that one. Cromwell causing havoc here. In that sense, actually Obscura now being more aggressive than Blackace, despite having fewer tanks. That's courage. Mines going down. In fact, he's using this sort of attack on Blackace to actually lay down mines here. Basically sort of push his attention away from the front line into his own territories and allowing him to leave mines down there. That's actually pretty clever. Basically, 2 for the Crom right here. Obscura might have pushed his luck too far there. And sadly, of course, he doesn't have war speed to allow him to get out of there. There you go. Cromwell down. Small victory there for Blackace. Small victory. Got artillery running down the centre here. Might set off some of the mines. So in that case, Obscura pushed a bit too far, but still that was overall not a bad idea. And overall taking advantage there, I would think, of Blackace's temperament, if you will. Well, he's got a lot of pioneers to quickly repair them, which is actually a bit of an advantage there to Blackace, if he just were to use his Panzer IVs more aggressively. Well, we got the medic here, helping actually now to heal at the front line without having to see movement of some larger vehicles or anything like that. 2-2 dealing with troops, eventually to flee, slightly more lethal. Good work, still no MD42s or anything like that for Blackace. In fact, he's gone for more Ostruben in the meanwhile. Panzer was rising straight to the officer. Engaging in range, that's better. And there you go, Geballte Ladung forcing the officer out in the open. At that point, they pretty much have the advantage. This is Sturmgewehr. There you go, light gammon bomb. And wiped. That's a bit of a blow there to Obscura. Of course, he's still got commanders and easily calling. Well, there you go, charging into the Panzer. Needs to hold up both units so they can all fire their assault rifle and Panzerschrecks. Ah, Blackace. Missed opportunity to do a lot of damage. Got another light gammon bomb. There we go. Geballte Ladung off in return. Oh dear, he hit return retreat too fast. In this case, he might have overestimated his commander's prowess. Though it was rather close, they were able to pull it off right there. Blackace seems to have remembered what he was actually moving about there, so he had them stop up and shoot. The bun grenades all to pit roll. There you go. Panzer Force hacking up north, and there you go. Good hit, good hit. Intersection wiped. Obscura was clearly not prepared for that kind of Panzer IV response. At least in that sense, again, Blackace is attacking them together, and we got a crocodile called up. And of course, in which case, he's really going to need a Stug to sort of really deal with it quickly. At the same time, though, I mean, the flanks are exposed. I mean, if you can clear out the anti-tank guns, the crocodile's in a pretty bad spot. Instead, we actually got Obscura pushing ahead here. He's keeping up momentum. Despite, phasing on against Panzer IVs, who actually just dealing on 2, well, quite severe losses. In fact, 3. He lost the officer, he lost the commanders, he lost the section with Bren guns. It's called in the crocodile. So I suppose that's something, but he's still pushing on with it. He's just keeping up the aggression, keeping up the momentum here, and Blackace is just responding to it, despite, having the larger force, having the more tanks. He's the one actually on the defensive here. Crocodile moving ahead there. Burning away, lighting the entire area on fire. Panzer IV is going to rush straight through it into the anti-tank guns. In fact, I think this was actually a trap set up by Obscura. He attacked the Crocodile through the south at the anti-tank that went here because he rather think he's going to attack through there. There you go, blitzing away, but right there, he just able to do some damage, and the Crocodile they can still move about here unimpeded. Well done there by Obscura, well done. That was certainly some clever play there, taking advantage of Blackace. Another Pack 40 here, but again, they're not exactly the best counter to Crocodiles. And of course, each repair plan for actually moving the Pioneers away from them. Ah, dear. In this case, actually a bit exposed on that might actually just work out. And right there, there's a small chance they're moving. You can actually rush them with the Panzer IV. But still got the Crocodile there, more Pioneers. We need to repair the Panzers. Need to get some Stugs, Blackace. Sturmgeschütz. Sturmgeschütz. Or at least some more Panzer IVs. Just get more Panzers. Something that can't be lit on fire. Okay, we got a bunker up here to at least we'll try and hold some of the territory. It's about time we put up some bunkers. Screw those down to 60 victory points. So, I mean, he's a bit of a precarious situation as well. And he's actually taking up now. He is taking up now. I'm not entirely sure that's the best decision of the moment. I mean, that's only getting more time to Obscura to bring up more equipment himself. But it could also mean he might end up actually just holding back the Panzer IV, which needs to be striking there again, which might also then further allow Obscura to bring up more equipment, more men, more tanks, more whatever the hell he wants. And there you go, right into the anti-tank guns, head on. If he's going to attack head on, lay down a smoke screen. Lay down a smoke screen. I mean, at this point, you should know that Obscura keeps his 6-pounder guns close together and they can very quickly knock the stuffing out of Panzer IV. And at this point, he's just feeding them experience to a certain extent, which is not particularly what you're looking to do.
The HQ has been improved again. Time to unleash our heavy tanks.
Pretty sure this isn't what I signed up for. Quit it, Tommy. We might be medics, but we're British medics. And what does that mean? I don't know. But we got some pistols.
We have a forward structure under attack.
So I suppose we gotta do something. Aren't we breaching some kind of convention? Maybe. Cromwell moving up, they're going to probably deal with that bunker, which is completely undefended. Panzer IV could rush up to move, but the question is, will he actually rush it up to support it? Panzer IV repaired, he's going to set up the heavy Panzer Corps. He could actually go for a Panther, which could work, But he could also go on for it sooner. Also being annihilated here. Again, I'm not entirely sure what Blackace is thinking at this point. Seems like he's just paralysed, not entirely sure of what to do now. Cromwell annihilated the Ostrom squad, wiped out the bunker. This is looking completely terrible here for Blackace. Striking for the southern victory point. Ines, the territory is completely slipping out of his grasp. Like sand. Very fine sand. More Cromwells. Obscura further building up his armoured forces. Blackace definitely needs to get a Panther then.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Panther. Panzerkampfwagen gets a Panzerwerfer. I suppose he wants to deal with 6-pounder guns, but he could have just got mortars. He could have smoked them. He could have rushed them sooner with his Panzers, blitzed them, but it never quite occurred to him. Instead, he's relying on the Panzerwerfer, which is certainly a solution, but also a more expensive solution that takes more time. Pull back the Panzer IV. Blackace, pull back the Panzer IV. He's really pushing his luck here. And he's allowing himself to be contained here by Obscura.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Panzerwerfer moving up. So, is he going to fire blind, or is he actually going to wait until he's actually got sight of an anti-tank gun and then knock it out? Nope. He got blind fire. I mean, he gets the machine gun, but it's not the machine gun that's keeping his Panther 4s in a passive state. And now, of course, with the tanks striking in, the more anti-tanks got the Croms. Now we got the Royal Air Force there striking at the Panzers.
Lines of supply are disrupted. The enemy is firing on our HQ.
And Blackace is clearly not happy about this development. Not understanding how apparently, playing passively can result in him being defeated by a more aggressive player.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Panzer's going to need some repairs. Cromwell there, dealing with the bunkers. 6-pounder gun joining in there. I mean, Obscura's just keeping up pressure as soon as he can. He doesn't just sit back there. He just strikes. He doesn't care on anything else. He just wants to destroy the Hun, the Germans. He wants to see Jerry bleed on the ground. Boom! Another Typhoon there shot down. Still, basically just wrecking the base. I mean, he keeps it up there. He just doesn't sit back there. He doesn't let himself be intimidated compared to Blackace, who clearly I think was intimidated. Held back the Panzers, never tried to flank, didn't get any support weapons until it was a bit too late there. I think many times let opportunities slid out of his hands. And again, we just got this blind fire. He doesn't try to locate our target. He just sits back from the farthest away, shoots his rockets, which is also the least ineffective manner of operating his Panzerwerfer. And he's got at least one anti-tank, but imagine if he'd done that sooner. I mean, that way, Obscura would have been in a lot more trouble, but, it's only now, when things are really falling apart anyways, he's going there. Both Panther 4s now Veteran T2 here. Infantry getting murdered by the Crocodile. Cromwell opening up there. Other Cromwell should probably move in. Oh, it's dealing with some troops down south. Units being lost there. 6-pounder guns ready to support. PS moving in. There we go. Almost got the Panther 4. Blitzing away both. There we go. One Panther 4 down. He's down to one Panther 4. Not even getting a Stug or anything like that support. Recruiting a 6-pounder gun. Throwing away a flamethrower in the process. Blackace at this point is grasping at straws. Cromwell down, but his opponent still's got a Crocodile. Veteran 2 still got a Cromwell. He's still got more infantry. He's still got more support weapons. He's still got a sniper. I mean, he's got a Veteran 3 Panther 4, but it's not bad. But his opponent's just got so much more. It seems like Blackace is just sort of frozen. He's not even getting more troops really. Commander's moving up with a Pilfert Panzerschreck.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Panzer's moving up with their own. Panther 4 doing what he can, but he is limited here. But even one of Germany's finest aces can do it at this point of the fight. And he's getting a Panther now. Much too late. And again, no, he just sits back. He realizes I've got an opportunity to wipe out the remaining units here. The remaining linchpins of Blackace's forces, of his plans. Rolling ahead there, burning away the Pioneers, just utterly annihilating them, cooking them alive. Panther 4 down. This is just total destruction. There you go, Blackace down, kaput. Victory to Obscura. Despite a rough start there again, perhaps not the wisest one there versus an Ostrom start, but again he wasn't aware of that, I suppose. Still managed to turn around. He actually, I think, managed to just intimidate Blackace into the submission, because you could clearly see that he sort of struck. He just kept pushing up, he kept attacking. He never just sort of let himself intimidated. Yet Blackace at some time just sort of sit back there, just strike here and there, pull back, strike a bit here, but never really something conclusive. Anything decisive he just sort of shied away from. He was just sort of waiting for some sort of solution to appear, rather than just getting in there, flanking, dropping some smoke somehow, just doing something, but he never did. He just kept holding back. Then he tagged up, which I think was really one of the bigger mistakes that the Panzer was not exactly well used, and then he just fell apart for him. In that sense, there was just, being sheerly outplayed here to a certain extent. I mean, Blackace again did something right. I mean, he used Panzer grenades, Ostorben and such, but it just fell apart by the mid-game. He just allowed himself, I think, to be intimidated. It's the best word I can sort of find for it, by Obscura, and he just slowly fell apart there. She just sort of slowly broke down, whereas Obscura just, suffered losses time and time again. But he wasn't phased. He just kept attacking. He kept up the pressure, the momentum. So, I mean, really, in that sense, it was just, a much mentally stronger player, while that Blackace in some sense might, technically be sort of skilled as well. Mentally, he's not quite there in comparison to Obscura again, who wasn't intimidated, who wasn't threatened, who just kept pushing, who clearly stacked his guns, stacked his plan, compared to Blackace, who just did it once things didn't go his way. So, I mean, keep that in mind. Mentality matters a lot in a game like Company Heroes 2. If you allow yourself to be intimidated by an opponent, you're likely going to lose. I mean, just having an aggressive mentality can push you through a lot of situations, simply because you'll, just stumble through things where otherwise you might not push, and suddenly find yourself, a lot of easy to take territory. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gives you different matches. If you did, want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in me some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you all another time. Bye.